Ciao, guys. Our first year owning our home in Italy was mostly renovations, complete chaos, and wicked bad Italian. That hasn't changed. However, God reminded us that rest matters too. So in June 2021, Mike and I packed the bags, grabbed the snorkels, and headed to the beaches of Scalea. Let's continue the journey of year one, 2021, with Mike and Kerri in Italy. Andiamo!
Ciao.
Ciao. Buonasera.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Chin chin.
Welcome back. Also in Italy, mosquitoes.
Yeah.
So the house had no, they call them mosquito nets, screens in America. So you made screens.
Yeah, I made screens for every window.
And what was that involving? It really wasn't hard.
No, it wasn't hard. It was just
It's just the windows are weird shapes.
yeah, they're all different sizes. Some of them are, 6 foot tall. We had that one that's the one in with the view, the view window we'll call it, was like 6 feet tall. So yeah, it was just getting the trim pieces to make the frame, and then
a roll of screen.
like 2 rolls of screen, and just stapled them on. And
they're huge, tremendous. Like, we wouldn't open a window.
No.
Because I'm like not a bug person, and if there's not a screen, the window's not getting opened.
No, but that was 5 years ago, and they still are perfect. Like, there's nothing wrong.
So in Italy, the windows, a lot of the houses, the windows, it's your window, and then you have shutters. So some of the windows, you can't shut the shutter with the screen.
Correct, so you have to take it off.
But you made it removable.
They're all removable, yeah. They're all the screens.
Yeah.
Some of them just have a couple of screws that go in to keep them into the wood frame, and some of them just fit nice and tight and don't have to worry about it.
But I can get them in and out. Like,
Yeah,
they're not hard.
No, two, like I said, 2 screws maybe on a couple of them.
You've added more shelving.
Oh, the open shelving to the right. Yeah, coming in.
So in June, the second trip of 2021, we got the new door.
Right.
That was one of the biggest things. The kitchen, there is no window, so it did feel dark.
Yep.
Also, to lighten up the kitchen, we have very dark chestnut beams.
Yep.
So Mike painted in between the beams.
Yeah, I painted the floorboards in between the actual beams because it was very dark.
Very dark.
So we painted them white in between, and that.
And then we got a new glass door. Actually, our neighbor, Lalo, crafted the door. That let in a ton of light. And then you repurposed the old door and made like an island.
Yep.
So we did that.
Yep.
Here's some before and afters. The home had the original wooden door. It was very dark. Our neighbor Lalo crafted this glass door. It now lets in a ton of light. It's actually really beautiful and we love it. Mike was also making a kitchen table. Here he is painting the ceiling. We got a quote and it was going to cost $3,000 to, I guess, spackle or plaster. So Mike was like, why don't we just paint it for now? And it really brightened up the space. I think it made the kitchen so much brighter and it just looks beautiful now, and it gives a contrast with the very dark chestnut beams. Here's the island he made from the old door. So he repurposed the old door and I think it looks great.
Yep.
What else?
We made a lot of noise in the first 3 weeks we were there. We made a lot of noise.
Yeah, there was a lot of like sawing and
grinding and yeah.
And we didn't really know everyone.
No, we
so
didn't.
We were like, you know, it's Sunday morning. Is there like a quiet hour? You know, like in America, you would kind of be courteous from like, you know, before 7, you'd be quiet, or after 11.
Yeah.
So we're like, we don't know how Italy works, but he's got to get out there and grind. Yeah. What about tools? So for all the guys watching, what did you do for tools?
So
you learned a quick lesson.
I learned a very quick lesson. Kerri's dad, God rest his soul, left me a very large set of DeWalt cordless tools, which I brought the bulk of them to Italy.
Because Mike was like, I'll bring them to Italy.
I'll bring them to Italy.
Can you just bring American tools to Italy?
You can.
You can.
You can bring them.
Yeah. Can you use them?
But we didn't have the American to Italian adapters.
Oh, is that the only reason?
That's the only reason. So I had the bright idea of I was just going to snip off the American plug end, and then I bought a universal Italian plug-in, and I just twisted the wires on, and I'm like, well, this will work fine. And I plugged it in, and the Italian electrical is different from American electrical, and it fried the battery charger.
So the whole thing is not usable now?
No, because I have the battery charger for all the batteries is fried. So.
Can you replace the battery charger?
Yeah, eventually we can do that.
Yeah. So then you had to just go get an Italian drill?
Yeah, we got a cordless Italian drill. They did leave, they left a lot of tools. A lot of we call them caveman tools. Honestly, they left a hand drill.
But you used that.
I did. I used it. I used a lot of their tools.
What did you use that for?
I don't remember.
I was like, what the hell are you doing?
I was drilling a hole in something because when the cordless drill failed, I was doing something that I had to drill a hole.
It's called improvise, adapt, and make it work.
Overcome.
Yeah. That's my dad, a Marine.
But they did leave a jigsaw, which I basically used to build almost...
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, almost everything in the house. I used that.
Oh, so not just the terrace.
No, the counters, everything that I cut, countertops, the walls, the wall stuff, I used that jigsaw for everything. And it worked great.
Like here you have a whole saw.
Oh, I have several saws. I've got the miter saw, I've got the circular saw.
So there you don't.
I have the table saw. There I had one saw. It was a jigsaw. And I've done everything with that flipping jigsaw.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That trip in February, so back up, we bought a washing machine.
Yes.
There was a washing machine, and in the first video, when we met the realtor, she did not communicate with us.
Toilet.
We go into the bathroom, there's a appliance, so I was trying to ask her, does it have a dryer? Because in Italy, a lot of them have a washer-dryer combo. And my Google Translate did not work. I'll play the video. There's a long delayed pause. And then when it responds to me, it's not what I was asking. And
it literally said toilet.
Lavatrice funzionante. Lavatrice.
Washer, no dryer.
No, just a washer.
Washer, but no dryer.
Toilet.
No. So it did not have a dryer, and it was ancient, and it was big and bulky. So out with that, we got a new washing machine.
So we used it, I think, once or twice, and it ran
for 4 hours.
For like honest to God, it ran for like 2.5 hours, and then when it was done, you took the clothes out, they were dripping wet. They didn't even spin.
So it didn't work. So
No.
we needed a new one. And I think we paid like $450 for the new one.
Which we attempted. Well, it worked. We brought it upstairs and hooked
To
it
the
up.
kitchen.
And we hooked it up to the kitchen sink, which worked, but it was too difficult for her to.
Because you would have had to unhook it.
Yeah, you had to undo a lot of. Yeah.
Like to take the washing machine and hook it to the kitchen sink.
Right, for the water supply.
Yeah. So, but we may revisit that.
I think we're definitely going to revisit that because
Put the washing machine in the kitchen.
Because now that we pulled the sink out, that whole underside is open, so I can probably access the water lines.
Yeah.
Just putting the framing for the car, make sure it's nice and straight.
So you're making a back brace or something?
Yeah. Back brace, side brace, so the counter slides right on. A couple footers. Legs would be good.
For the new sink.
So that'll be a project coming up.
Yep.
So that was that. So looking back, the first year, what has taken you by surprise? What like took you by surprise, and what was better than you thought? Like, just answer that.
Well, I think what took us by surprise was the difficulty of getting rid of unwanted things.
That's a huge one.
It was huge because obviously for us to do a lot of the work that we did, I had to remove a lot of countertops.
There's a photo, Mike, when we realized we're not going to use the fireplace, there's a photo, Mike was shoving stuff in the fireplace.
I filled that flippin' fireplace.
Just to get rid of it.
Just to get rid of it.
Because there was nowhere to get rid of it.
The famous orange umbrella holder.
Umbrella holder with like 18 umbrellas. There was like, honestly, I think 15 kitchen chairs, and each chair had 3 of the thin.
At least 3, if not 4.
Seat cushions.
Yeah,
like apples,
different flavors, different
lemons.
colors.
Yeah, so we had to get rid of all that.
Yeah, I think that was the biggest kind of oh crap moment was.
We honestly didn't even get rid of everything until January of 2024.
Was it 4?
The year we did the terrace, we hired Marco.
Yeah, for the year we were selling.
And I'll include that big photo. And that doesn't even include everything, because we got rid of the armoire up in Kaylee's room, 2nd floor.
Yeah.
That's not in that photo.
No, there's a lot of stuff that wasn't in that photo.
Stuff.
Yeah.
I'll go upstairs. This is where all the little pantry and tools are back there, all Mike's tools. This is the 2nd floor. Little bathroom. I don't know where the light is. There's the 2nd entrance. And it goes upstairs. There's a collection of crap over here that we got to get rid of. So that's what's all of that.
And we got rid of it, but it took us literally almost 4 years to get rid of stuff. And every trip, we would put stuff in trash bags.
Yeah.
If we went into Rome, we would find a dumpster.
Yeah.
We were always trash ninjas. Always.
Always. Yeah,
Like,
always.
We became good trash ninjas.
Yeah, so I think that was one of the big, like, obstacles to overcome was just finding
Yeah,
somewhere
so
to get
with
rid of all
that
the
said,
stuff.
if you're looking for a home, so you can find something that's already fully furnished, or a lot of people kind of get discouraged when there's nothing in the house, but honestly, it's kind of like pick your poison, because if you purchase a home that's full of furniture, great. Some of the furniture is probably beautiful and you can keep it, but then it can come with all the other stuff. And like,
I can't wait for us, well, Kerri, because she does all this. I'm just kind of a propped parrot here sometimes. But when she shows you the initial picture of all the stuff that was in the house when we walked in to the photo of that evening, you're going to be, I'm telling you, you're going to be stunned.
yeah. Yeah, we did a lot that first night. Like Noelle, our friend Noelle and Felix, their home had nothing in it. I think the kitchen had the old stove, some big cabinet, but the rest of it was empty.
It was empty.
To the point there was not even light fixtures.
Yeah, exactly.
But the good thing with that, sure, they had to furnish their home, but they didn't have to get rid of anything.
Right.
Because if you think about it, you're going to furnish it anyway with your liking, you know, your design. You're going to want a new bed, whatever. But so if you're going to decorate anyway, you don't want to have to decorate and have to get rid of stuff.
Right.
So looking back, one of the things I would have done differently, we would have requested a lot of that stuff was removed.
Right.
Because that, it kind of took away from you getting to work on other projects, because we were always trying to move something or always trying to take this down or, you know, clean out that cabinet. Yeah. Just arriving, we never knew the village. We had never been to the village. We had never even been to that region. Well, we weren't in Rome. Our house is an hour from Rome, but we were never like in the vicinity of where our house is. Yeah. We kind of just bought it sight unseen.
And I think the other thing that kind of, I don't know if it caught us by complete surprise, but was the fact that we couldn't get a vehicle anywhere near the house.
Well, that didn't catch us by surprise because we knew we couldn't.
Well, see, I wasn't sure if we knew that or not.
Actually, I think in the listing, it
says there's parking. Yes,
it said there was parking out front of the house.
That's what I was talking about.
And there's a video of Mike bringing the bathroom vanity, the antique dresser, and he's pushing it through the last part of the street to our house, and the vanity barely fit. So how the heck would a car fit?
And I think that's what I was talking about, because I do remember in the listing it said that there was parking in front of the house, and then when we got down, they were like, no.
Yeah. So that's kind of like first year.
Yeah.
I went that November with Felix and Noelle. You didn't.
Right. No, I didn't.
So I don't think the next time you went would have been the next year.
Correct.
But we got a lot done those first 2 trips.
Yeah.
And with everything we did, the first trip, we didn't leave the house for like 3 weeks. We got our first cappuccino 3 weeks into the trip. That's how...
At the Abbey, yeah.
That's how like nailed to the wall we were to get things done. The second trip in June, we did take a trip.
Yep.
We actually went to Scalea.
Yeah.
For your birthday. Loved that. We swam in the ocean. That was beautiful.
Yeah, amazing.
So highly recommend that. We love the ocean, so Calabria was beautiful.
Yeah.
Sea so blue and sky so clear. Amalfi calls from far and near. Golden sun and lemon trees. Feel the magic in the breeze. Cliffs that rise above the shore. Houses stacked forevermore. Cobblestone where footsteps roll. Every street feels like a home. City of dreams, Amalfi shines. In every heart, in all our minds. Waves that dance on ancient sand. Welcome all with open hands. Market stalls with treasures rare. Echoes of
Honey, where you going?
I'm going swimming.
of a festive air. Boats that rock with gentle ease. Fishermen and songs that please. Moonlit nights so bright, so calm. Every heart here feels a balm. City of dreams, Amalfi shines.
We actually had a few visitors the first June.
Yeah.
Lauren, Kaylee's
Yeah.
friend, came, and then my best friend Kim.
Yeah.
So we did do a lot, and the house is looking beautiful. Every time we go, we do, more. Someone just said to you, oh, our neighbor, Larry and Kay. Larry was like, your next trip, you can't be working. There's always a project. Because think about it, the house is old.
Yeah.
And it was probably last renovated in the 70s.
But you have plenty of people who would be inclined to do nothing and just
but that's not us.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not like that. So we just do what we do, and we do it on a budget, and we do it quickly compared to other people that take 4 years. That's 2021.
That's
First year of owning.
Year one in review.
Yeah, and we went back. We keep going back, so clearly we love it.
Yeah.
We don't have any major regrets. I mean, it's been a learning curve. We bought a home in another country 5,000 miles away.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I think obviously
it's been a challenge.
It's been a challenge. We have it down now. We know exactly what we're looking to do before we get there.
Yeah,
now.
we're already talking about what we're doing on the next trip.
Yeah, so the first couple of years was more like get there, look, and say, okay, we got to do this.
Well, we also didn't even know where you go to buy stuff. Now
right.
we know Leroy Merlin like he's our best friend.
Yeah. I don't know who you are. I don't know who you are, but I love you, Leroy.
Leroy Merlin is like Lowe's or Home Depot.
Yeah, but like we were saying, we go there now. When we go, we have ideas now of exactly what we want to do when we get there.
And we don't live there. We will never live there full time, so we're not trying to make it like what we've done here to our home in Florida or our home in, on Cape Cod. But we want to make it so it's comfortable for us.
Right.
And I have a certain design style, and Mike, I kind of come up with the plan and know what I want, and then he just creates it.
Right.
So that's what we've been doing.
It was funny because we were talking to our neighbors earlier, and basically the way Kerri said it was, She's the designer or the general contractor, and
I'm the general contractor.
And she said, I'm the foreman. And I said, whoa, 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 whoa. If I was a foreman, I wouldn't be doing the flipping work. I would be having somebody else do the work.
Yeah, well, you wouldn't trust someone else. Look at when we hired people to do the terrace.
Yeah.
That's another video. So go watch under the playlist, terrace renovation. All right.
1, 2, and 3.
Yeah, there's actually 3 videos. So that's that for this video.
Yep.
Chin chin.
Chin chin, salute.
Yeah, thanks for being here. And that's a wrap of 2021.
2022 year in review.
Coming soon.
Coming soon to a theater near you.
Ciao.
Ciao, guys.
Ciao, guys. So that's 2021, our first year owning our home in Italy. However, we completely forgot that first trip in February to March. We did all, main renovations. That was video number 1. This video, we finished the renovations that we did that first year, but then we also talked about going down south to Calabria to Scalea. We swam in the ocean. It was amazing. It was great to break away from the house and unwind and rejuvenate. And then I forgot that my best friend Kim flew over. She's my best friend since first grade, and she had just been going through a tremendous traumatic loss of her son, Christopher, who was 22 years old. So Kim came over and we took her down to the beach. We ended up going to the Puglia region. So in that one trip, that summer, 2021, Mike and I did so much work on the house, and yet we still took time to go on 2 vacations. So I'm going to include the photos and videos from that trip. And they were both weekend getaways. When we went down to Puglia with Kim and our daughter Kaylee, we stayed in a Trullo. That village that we stayed in was Ceglie Messapica. And from there, we got to visit Ostuni, which is that city that everything's white. It's absolutely stunning. And then we went to Lecce, which they call the Florence of the South. It's truly beautiful. Everything is that limestone, like muted stone color, stunning. Also went to Pugliano a Mare, which is on the coast, and it has those massive cliffs and the ocean. It's just absolutely stunning. Mike and I love the ocean, so anytime we get to go, you know, anywhere near the ocean, that's where our heart is. We lived on Cape Cod for 5 years, so going to the ocean in Italy is a favorite of ours. So much so that when we had to resurface our pool here in Florida, we got inspiration from those 2 trips, swimming in the ocean in Italy. And when we were down in Puglia, we found these ancient quarry stones that are in the ocean, and wait till you see the video and photos from that day. It was amazing, and it started to rain, and everyone that was there kind of got up and left. And we were like, it's actually raining, we're in the water, what does it matter as long as there's no lightning? So we stayed, and we ended up having the whole place almost to ourselves.
Careful. Careful. Just get yourself to the edge. Get yourself to the edge. Get your toes as close as you can get to the edge comfortably.
What the flip? I really want to. Alright, yeah.
One out, flip.
It was amazing. the water was so refreshing, and just to sit there and take in the scenery and enjoy company, my best friend, and just trying to let her find some peace sitting by the ocean. So that was that trip. But owning the home in Italy, in central Italy, allows us to do that. It allows us to go north, south, wherever we want to go. We usually always work on the house. There's always a project. We always make a point to get something done at the house, but then we always try to go on a little trip, even if it's for 2 nights, even if it's for 1 night. Maybe it's just a ride up to Tuscany and go to a vineyard, or we've gone to the Dolomites, we've gone down south, we've been to Capo Vaticano, Scalea, all over. I also wanted to add that this channel, Mike and I will never live full-time in Italy, so our content is on a part-time basis. We're taking you along on when we've already gone and future trips. We have one coming up, and we're going somewhere beautiful, and I can't wait to share that with all of you, in hopes of taking you along somewhere that you've never been. So maybe on your next trip you'll think, geez, we should check that place out. And the whole point of our channel is to inspire someone like Mike and I. Back in 2017, if you said to us, you're going to own a home in Italy, we probably would have laughed in your face. We would have said, that's not possible. We don't have enough money. We haven't been there enough. We don't speak the language. But our channel is to show you that all those things, sure, they matter, but it can still be done. And we did it. And we did it on a budget. We're still on a budget. And it's just bringing all that content to you, hopefully to inspire you. It was summer 2021 and our vacations that year and the renovations. Thanks for being here. Ciao, guys. One more thing. I did have one more thing I wanted to say. The other day I was feeling definitely defeated. I don't know what triggered it. I think I saw a channel and they had just started and they were at I don't know, thousands of views. And at first I was like, what the heck are we doing wrong? And then I woke up the next morning and it'll be my scripture for my Faithful Friday tomorrow. And it's from Colossians 3, verse 23. And, whatever you do, do it wholeheartedly. You're doing it for the Lord, not for man. And this channel was not for likes or views or, getting recognized. It was to share what we feel is very valuable information, to purchase a home as foreigners during COVID, when a country was closed, on a very tight budget, not speaking the language, sight unseen. We thought that that's really important information, and we've made so many mistakes. We've done so many things right. We have some regrets, think twice about other things. And if you are thinking of purchasing a home, our channel is for you. With that said, I wanted to say, there's always that person that has to be nasty and negative, and there's bullies when you're a child, and then there's bullies as an adult, and social media is the worst for that. And, if you think it's easy putting a camera in your face and filming and not repeating yourself and not saying literally and not saying and keeping your content, exciting and, intriguing and positive and keeping people's retention. If you think that's easy, what's the name of your channel so we can all watch it? Otherwise, zip your lip and just move on. If clearly purchasing a home in Italy or vacation in Italy is not even probably on your radar, then why are you tuning into little channels like ours? You know, we're here to give people that have a genuine interest in purchasing a home, you know, a genuine wish or dream to find a place over in Italy. Maybe it's not even Italy, maybe it's Portugal, Spain, wherever, you know, Greece, wherever your vacation home may be. But the idea is that, you know, we're here for those people. We're not here for anyone else. And, you know, we're the over 50 crowd. And I wanted to say to people that there was one comment and the man said, you know, he's 55, it's too late, you know, he hopes it's great for us. If 55 is too late and too old, we're all screwed. So it's never too late and you're never too old. And as long as you have the dream in your heart, you can make it happen. And you don't need all of this, you know, money. You don't need $1 million bank account. And there's a home out there waiting for you. There's trips to be planned. There's travel itineraries and, you know, so keep dreaming. Don't lose hope. Don't let other people get to you. They're not getting to me. I just, you know, it's human nature to want to respond. So that's my 2 cents. And to everyone that's been here, thank you for watching. Thank you for your comments. Mike and I feel like we're just sitting down chatting with all of you. We feel like we have a friendship and we're just sitting at the table having a cappuccino together. And we're silly, we're goofy, we take nothing serious. You know, it is what it is. We are who we are, and, you know, we're not trying to be anyone we're not. And our content is just down to earth, relatable, and honest. We're not trying to sugarcoat it. We're not trying to glamorize it. You know, nothing has been perfectly pretty for us. Nothing has been, there's always been an issue, but that's just Mike and I, our lives in general. So add that over in another country and it's gonna be, you know, even more so. So we're sharing all of it. We have a trip coming up. Can't wait to share that with you. And again, we're on a part-time basis. You know, we will never live there full-time. We know that for a fact. We may go for 3 months at a time, but we will never leave America and go live in Italy. So our content is when we're there, past trips of when we've been there, and just sharing what we can share with all of you. We do all of our own renovations. You know, Mike does everything. I kind of come up with the idea usually, and then I'm like, can we do this? And he's usually like, maybe. And I'm like, so we can. And then he figures it out and he does everything. We've only hired one contractor, which we have major regrets. And that was for the terrace. Spent a lot of money on a project that literally broke us. But, you know, we do everything. We're proud of the work we've done. The home is beautiful. It may not be your liking. It may not be your design. It may not even be something you think is whatever. That's fine. But move on, you know? And for the people that think it's great and have enjoyed, you know, what we're sharing, thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for being here. And we hope that you have a great day and, you know, more videos are coming. So thanks, guys. Ciao.